data environments with LLMs are extremely sensitive, particularly when they have, personal identifiable information about users. One of the really interesting applications that I've seen that is very powerful from a data privacy perspective, but also just drives an incredible amount of just unique value creation from RAG specifically is, like, for example, creating like new generation recommendation systems from RAG, where you can retrieve specific information about certain users, their search history on your website, their buying behavior on your website, and then use it to drive recommendations in the future. Like, for example, you have all this knowledge about a user's history with your products, and you have that stored in a database. And when they go to ask a question, you can retrieve information about their previous products. Like, hey, remember you? Let's say an example. Let's say you and your wife share an Amazon account, right? And you're asking a question because you don't know what kind of filter to buy for your refrigerator. And then it's like, hey, remember you bought this refrigerator filter back then, and actually your wife just ordered one yesterday. Are you sure you still need to order it? Exactly. That kind of stuff is very
I don't
powerful.
even have to go and look for the model number for my refrigerator to go look up the right price or the right product. Because
think about how
know that information.
How you have like the marriage of your private user information plus the large database of institutional knowledge tied into RAG. So, for example, you can retrieve vector. Let's say you have two different vector spaces or vector databases. One of them is about your private user information, and the other one is about all of the products on Amazon. Let's say, for example, right? Well, when you ask a question, first thing you're going to do is you're going to search this first vector database for information that's relevant to your user about related to the query that you just asked. You're also going to do the same thing and search it on the other side on the greater institutional database of all the products on Amazon. You can take context from both in order to enrich the response from the model. And I think when you start looking at those multi-database approaches and environments, it starts to get really exciting because you're because there's privacy here. This database doesn't touch that. Only person who has access to this is you as the user, right? So you can tie in all this richness of information, these different data environments, and have complete control over the access to each one on a kind of discrete basis. And that's super exciting, right?
So this shows me that I can have multi-RAG environments, right?
Absolutely.